So
Yes.
now,
Yeah.
before we continue, I want to
Yeah.
introduce Dr. Amat a little bit. So
Yeah.
for those who don't know who is Dr. Amat, Dr. Amat, can you introduce about yourself, what you do, and what's your specialization and so?
I'm basically the leadership-related coach and trainers. I do a lot of leadership-related skill training. It could, which include like all those soft skill, like negotiation skill, time management, stress management, and as well as proper leadership development program for companies. Basically, basically my client is both the private and government agencies. So I involve in development, and I do a lot of consultancy as well, developing the training plan, succession planning, that kind of tasks. I've been doing this for the last 25 years.
Wow.
But I do full time. I do full time only for the last 5 years.
Wow.
So
okay.
after I retired from my full time job, I do it full time. But last time my job also related to training. So basically, I do training almost for the last 20 years because I do training. I was in the training department. I was in the HR department, and I'm also lecturing in the university. So I keep teaching for the last 25 years. But only for the last 5 years, I do full time. Yeah. So I do full time. So this is what I currently doing for the last 5 years. But
okay. Continue.
Yeah.
Yes.
But during this period of time, it's very challenging. Like I'm telling you, when I first started, it's very challenging for some time. But after I get to use and then understand the market well, then I doing well. But everything face to face. It's nothing to do with online. But suddenly this thing happened, COVID-19, and I really stuck. Because I never do this one before, but I am using the same approach when I do for the face-to-face, but in a different mode, is online. So I have to restructure everything, my program, that can suit to the need of my client during this period of time. That's the only thing I do a lot of adjustment. Yeah.
So how do you restructure the programs? Can you share a little bit with some of the people out there who are, they are stuck, but they don't know how you did it. So how do you, what's your step 1, and what's your step 2, and what's your step 3? So until now, you close about 5 programs, about 30K, all right?
Right.
Then you just tell me you get another deal, so it should be more now.
Right.
So what's your step 1, step 2, step 3? Because there are so many trainers out there who are doing things that I think it's not working now, because webinars online course is not the right direction. So what's your step by step?
I think the first stage, the first step is that you need to work on your current client. That's very important. You already have your client, they know already you. So it's no point for you to look for a new client at the present moment. It's too short. And then, everybody is not knowing you, and then they may have problems, things like that. Like, focus on your existing client, because you have been with them for many years or many times. Yeah, you have conducted program to them. So focus first on your current client. That's number 1.
Okay.
Look back, all your clients, whatever client that have been working with you for the last 1 year, 1.5 years, doesn't matter. Yeah. Look into the client. And then number 2, you must work on the engagement.
How?
Number 2, the engagement can be, 1 is you send email to them, telling them, asking them, don't do the selling. I didn't do the selling. Sending information to them, asking them how is the situation, and I give the latest articles or latest finding by top research house like Harvard Business School or Mesa, or something that related to my field. So that add value to them. And then I will text them. Basically, my contact person is those looking after the training, whether the training executive or training manager. Some I know the bosses, so I send them to the bosses also, asking them how's the station like, what is the plan, and asking them anything that I could help them. It's very casual kind of communication. It's not like selling. I have to program for you. No, yeah, I didn't. You don't do selling because some of the client you may have not been in contact to them maybe already 6 months. Suddenly you appear, you want to sell something. It's not good. It's something you shouldn't do. Don't do hard selling first. So you communicate with them, asking the situation, anything that could help you, add value. That's my point, is add value. You share with them. I've done a lot of research on a company in other countries like US, when they lock down, what actually they can do. So I share the articles to them. What is this particular company have been doing, how they actually manage their remote employees, because they are not in the office. So I collect all those information, I simply send to them. Yeah. So that is number 2, what I've done. Number 3 is that once they show some kind of interest, then and then I'll start talking about the program. Not selling yet, but I say that I think it's good time. I think during this period of time, you may want to utilize your existing training budget. What are you going to do with the budget? Because normally I know, because I work in HR and training before, I know if you didn't utilize the budget, the company will transfer the budget to other department. You see, they will cut your budget, and next year when you ask for the budget, then they will reduce the budget because they're saying that you are not doing anything with the budget. Yeah. So this is the kind of the cycle I talk to them because they are looking after the training budget. So I told them that you shouldn't be look bad because even during this time you didn't do anything to your training budget. Yeah. So you will not seeing that you are not performing. By end of the year, you will be measured against that. You didn't spend anything, you didn't do anything much, this kind of cycle you need to tell them. Then I tell them that and I said I give them some of the research by many companies. This is the time for them to develop this stuff because the activity is very slow. Instead of letting them in the house or doing few things, why not you take this opportunity to really train them? Then once we over with this pandemic, then they are ready with certain skill set. So that is the third stage that I do. So once they somehow buy that kind of idea, then I put forward some of my current program that I think relevant to them. I just send. I'm telling that this is some of the program that I have, that you may want to consider. So I send them. So once they reply to me, okay, they would like to consider is anything, and then this way I come with my goodies.
Oh, what is that?
The goodies is that number 1, I told you just now, I give them 50% discount. 50%. Yeah, it's big amount, 50%. But of course, I put a condition with minimum numbers.
Okay.
Okay, minimum numbers, because you cannot send one candidate or one participant, you get 50%.
So how you charge? So you charge per pax, or actually you charge per class?
Per pax. Because I'm sending the same program to like 5 or 6 companies.
Okay.
It's not one company. Unless the company specify they only one for their company. But some of my general program are open to 5, 6 companies. So can you imagine that if one company can send 5, if 5, I got 25 already. So this coming, what do you call it, Thursday, I have one program from, I think 10 companies. So I have 40 participants.
Wow.
So I'm selling that way. So I give them 50% off because they won't know at the company. Also, I give that. I only talk to you. So I say that for you, I give 50%. Is it? But I'm also talking to the other company 50%. So they're sending 5. I got 40 now. So
you are doing like I'm sure now we have to do online. So you're doing an online public trainings. It's just that there are different companies.
Participant, yes. So because if I want to concentrate on one company, the most they can send 2, 3 people. You see, it's a wasting of my time training 2, 3 people, the same amount of energy, time. So I am telling that if this is the way, you will definitely you get 50%. You won't get this kind of fees everywhere. If you give one off 50% for them, that's the thing. But there are some other companies like universities, they want it to do for their own. That one fine. So I put a minimum 25 participants.
So what they do? So you put a 25 packs and they try to get as many people for you, is it, or how?
Yeah. No, for public one, I put a minimum number 5. Per company, minimum, they have to send 5 participants for the public program. Let's say I'm running the negotiation skill training. So I will talk to these 5 companies. Minimum, they have to send 5. So if 5, I have already got 25. So I'm charging per pack, not per company, per pack. Let's say per pack 500 ringgit. So initially I pay, I normally charge 1,200 per pack. Now they get 600.
Oh, okay.
That kind of thing. But for in-house, they are not sharing with any organization. It's purely for their own organization. That one I put a minimum 25 pack. But they still get 50%.
So do you have existing who do in-house one, or most of them actually do the
I have both.
Wow.
In-house and also public.
Wow.
Government normally they want in-house because they have their own different policies, you know. But public, you can for private you can do a public program, because let's see, when you talk about negotiation skill for whatever company you are using the same method. But for government it's slightly different because they have their own policies, procedures which are different from one agencies to another agencies. So normally they will request for their own people. They don't want to mix with other organizations. The government normally do like that. But there are some private also want to do in-house for their own if they have big numbers. If not, I will not entertain lah, because you know, 3 people for you to run like 3 hours program for 5 series, it won't work in that way lah. Yeah? And the fourth one, what I have done is that I give them additional values, you know. So after they have completed the training, for example, this Thursday I have training. After they have completed the training, next week I will give them 1 hour talk.
Oh.
So like a follow-up.
Online? It's online talk?
Online. Yes, online. So they will log in. I told them that is part of the value added for your program. Next week, I will be live for 1 hour to coach you on what have you learned in the previous training. For example, I'm teaching them on negotiation. Then at least I give them 1 week, they understand and everything. The following week, I will follow up with them. What is the issue? What the problem? Have they practiced the skill that they learn? Any issues they want to share with me? Anything I can help. Only 1 hour I give them for 3 times. Because my point is that we do not want for them just go for the training and then they didn't do anything. That number 1. Number 2, I give them a worksheet. They have to do the worksheet. I call it tools. So after they have completed the training, I give them a worksheet. They have to complete that worksheet. And they have to submit to me for my review. So I will check whether they do the right thing and so on. And during the live 1 hour, I will give a comment or feedback on their worksheet, whether they are doing the right way, anything that I need to improve or they need to improve. So that kind of, I call it the value, additional value I give to my client. And they love it. Because I've done once. So this Thursday, another second one. So they like it very much. You know, although it's online or through the video, but they feel like, you know, you have face to face, because during the session they are not only listening, they have to do this. Why I think I would encourage other trainers to do this. When you do online, you only talk about half of the time only. Let's see, if you want a 2-hour session, you only talk for 1 hour. The 1 hour you focus on the activities. Activities. I found that they love it very much, because if you talking for 2 hours, they have been sleeping, you know.
Yeah.
Because this one is not like a real face-to-face whereby you will work with them. They have to jump and everything. This is just listening to you. It will not be effective. So I've decided it's only half of the time I'll be talking. The rest they will be talking. They will do activities. So that's why I will email them earlier before the session start all the worksheet they need to do before they come to the training. So what they do is that they prepare everything. So I said that, okay, after 15 minutes talking, I will stop. Okay, let us work on activity number 1. Okay, so I will call, because I have their name. I call the name. Okay, what Richard, I said, you know, share your finding or your worksheet. And then they were talking. So if you do that, you realize that all your participants will be alerted, you know, because they know anytime their name will be called. Yeah, anytime their name will, and they tell. Or else they will be sleeping, maybe they will be playing with their handphone, that kind of thing. So that's one way how you really make your session very lively, and then you give impact, that kind of thing. Yeah. The other one I've done for the university, UITM recently, what I have done is that they have the exam or assessment in between. So after 1 hour session, I give them the link. They have to answer the question based on what they have learned for the first hour. And that assessment will be recorded by their HR. It's part of their performance evaluation. So they have to be very serious. They cannot be sleeping in the session or playing with the handphone. No way.
They have to pay full attention.
full attention. So this one way, I think that because I discussed with the organization, so it's one way that we really motivate their learners. They are not only listening, but they have to do something. Yeah? So the maximum I only conduct first session is only 2 hours. 2 hours. Yeah. So, but they are serious. For them to complete one training program, they will at least need 3 to 5 series of program over a period of time.
So what you do actually is that instead of doing like a one full day, which is a face-to-face, usually it's a 1 day or 2 days kind of training, you break down into 5 series.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes. I break it into 5 series.
Okay. So different dates and different timing lah. Am I right?
Right. So for example, if they're asking for 2 days training, I need to have 12 hours session with them.
Oh.
Because they count on the day. Per day they count 6 hours. So some company asking for 3 hours, so I have 2 sessions for 1 day. Some company only ask for 2 hours, so I have 3 sessions over a period of time. So my calendar will be full. So because if 4 or 5 companies asking that 2 hours, so I have to spread them over the week. So I have morning session, afternoon session, 10 to 12, 2 to 4, continuously until Raya lah.
Oh, very good, right?
Because the kind of, I found that it's workable. I do that case here. It's like you are doing the actual face-to-face, but you use just a different channel.
The mediums, the channels.
The channel is only different, but the way how you conduct, I conduct is like I conduct the real one. I have my whiteboard. Now I'll show them, everything. And then I share my slide on the, in the Zoom, or they use WebEx. So they can see my slide and everything. And they have exercise, So it's like a real one, but the only thing is the medium. Yeah, because I think initially most of my clients, they're so worried. They say that, it may not be effective, you see. They're worried
So how you convince them?
So I'm telling them the methodology is very important. The methodology. They must have worksheet, they must have assessment. So they will be alerted throughout the session. They have no chance for them to escape that kind of thing.
So this is something like what you tell me earlier is that you have to restructure how the interaction works. So this is part of it.
Yes, part of it. And then you have to give them the material in advance. It is very important. Don't surprise them during the session. Even the assessment or the assignment, I give them in advance. So at least they would know their expectation, rather than you surprise them during the session. It will not be good. Because the most important thing, you need to make sure that your participants are happy with you. The rating is very important to us as a trainers.
Yes,
so when the moment they give the rating very high, I can assure you, they will call you again for the next session. Because when I spoke to this training manager and everything, they confirmed to me they have the budget, but they are not sure how to use the budget in this situation. I know, because I work in the training department for many, many years. I know the money is there, but because of the situation that we are facing now, they are panic, They don't know what to do. They are not sure how to spend it in a very wise manner, so they convince their top management saying that this is the right way for us to do. So actually, I'm helping them with the strategies. I give them the bullet point, what they are supposed to talk to their MD or CEO or director. This is the point that you need to talk to them, how to convince them. Because you need to assist them, because some of them may not be experienced enough in running this kind of situation. So I think we as a trainers, we need to support them. Don't ever do your selling at this moment, hard selling. Never do that. Never do that. That's my advice. Last time I did that, I know that is the mistake that I've done, so I never repeat that. Never do that. This is a lot of mistake done by our trainers. They do hard selling. Give value first. Yeah.
Because they are money focused. The problem is.
Yeah.
So give value first, and then give value first, and then slowly.
And you work within flexibility is very important. Casey, flexibility.
How?
The flexibility, how you want to run the program. For example, that you have to understand the situation now. They are locked down in their house and everything. A lot of disruption, within their environment. So you make sure that it's very flexible. Flexible in terms, first, the time. It should not be more than 3 hours per session. Yeah, should not be more than 3 hours per session. Number two, your material. The material must be friendly enough for them to understand. You don't have to write a very long notes. Yeah? Just point, and there must be a tools how they apply that. You know, because we want to show to them that this is the practical program. It's not like a theoretical program. Yeah, it must be hands-on. They do it, they practice, and the third one, you must follow up with them. Don't leave it them alone. You know, you get them. Okay, next week, after 1 week, you're training. Next week, I'll come back to you. I will give you 1 hour coaching on what we have learned. This is the part they like very much because you look after them. You know, you don't leave it them alone. Try to figure out how to use the method of whatever you have learned. That is the thing that you need to do. So if you do that, because I've done that one for this group of companies, I told you these 12 companies, I've completed one. Today, the head of training asking me to do another 5 sessions.
Wow.
Because they are very big. The company is very big. 5 companies, I think they have thousands of employees. Wow. So they want to open the program. I think they get a very good feedback. I have another 5 sessions for the same program, but for different group of people. So they open it to the whole employees in the group. So you see the thing I'm keep telling the trainers, you have to give value. Don't talk about money first. The money will come later. Don't worry about the money. Give value. The very much that you can do, anything that you can give to them. So you do that. So if you do that, then whether coronavirus or no coronavirus, you will go. Initially, I told you guys, I told you earlier, guys, initially I was shocked because I don't know what to do. Yeah. You know, because you're trapped. You know, you cannot go out even from your house. How are you going to conduct? I already have secured training for April and May, full already my calendar for my normal one, but I cannot do it. So the only way I do is by doing this. But you have to convince them, by convincing them, by give them a lot of values. That's the best way for us to move forward. So don't give up. Don't give up.
Okay, so don't give up. So so the things that actually you tell me, we want to share with other people also because can you share a little bit like in terms of like don't give up, how hardworking you are, like what like every day what you do and how many hours you spend like really talking to them on this thing until you get this kind of sales. So how you work. So
I think if you think, I see number one, consistency. That's the formula number one, consistency. Whatever you do, you have to do consistently. This is the problem with many businessmen, businesswomen, whatever thing people out there. They are not consistent. They try 1 or 2, not successful, they give up. You have to be consistent. If you have to call them 3 times in a week, you have to call 3 times a week continuously until they give up. Okay, you have to do that. That's the only way. That's the only way. Yeah, consistency is very important. Number 2, you must give value. You have to do a lot of research. Whatever field. For example, if you are teaching, for example, communication, you have to dig from the Google, a lot of material from the Google. You share, you summarize that, you share this with your client.
Wow.
They love that. They love that very much because they don't have to do anything. You do for them. So you spend, this is normally I do at night time because morning I will pack with my training. I do it night time. I spend about 1 hour, 1.5 hours to do the research. From Harvard, from all over the world. You get the good material, share with them. You have to do sharing is caring. That's very important. So the client knows you very well that you are not kedekut lah. You are not stingy. So you give them extra. You have to do that. The third one is the quality. It's very important. Is when you do things, don't touch and go.
Okay.
You know, touch and go meaning to say that after you done that, that's it lah. Okay lah, I'm got the money already. Never have that kind of attitude. Never have that kind of attitude. Yeah, because I realized that many people when they do training, after the training they didn't communicate with them, didn't follow up. That's it lah. So this is very bad for trainers. That is a very bad attitude. For trainer, we must continuously in touch with them, in contact with them. That's the third thing that you need. The quality there must be the quality in terms of your product or services, communication must be in place. Because people will remember for a long time. If you done wrong, they will remember. That is the human being nature. Whenever you do good things, they won't remember. The moment you do wrong thing, even one, they will remember forever.
Forever.
Yeah. That's the human being nature. We cannot run away from that. So you have to make sure that every time you have to perform very well, because people will remember, because people will not remember anything wrong with you. They only remember good thing about you. So you have to maintain that. Yeah? And number 4, I think the thing you need to do is that you have to, because when I look into your method, okay, see, I'm talking about now I have to expand my, what do you call it, the client base.
Wow. How do you plan to do it? How do you plan to do it?
This is what I'm currently doing. I told you I'm working on my new landing page to collect the data. Yeah, so what I've done is that I'm giving my free ebook. So that's the way I collect the data, because I cannot work on or depending on my current client base. You see, it may be too small for future plan. So I have to expand that. So what I'm currently doing, I'm working on that. I learned from your method, develop the landing page, collect the data. So I'm collecting the data now. At the same time, also I do light marketing also, so that I get the for my website, not of my Facebook, because I share a lot of tips there. So at the same time, I do 2 strategies. One, I add. For my ad is focusing on collect the email list. The other one is to like my page. So that is basically for my client base. I need to expand that. It will not be enough of the current. If anything happen in the future, you cannot be depending on this current. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
One thing I want to know is that for your existing one, that you keep in touch with them, do you pick your clients or how?
When the existing one?
The existing one that you manage to get the deals, when you approach them, like, do you really plan, okay, this is the client, I know they've got budget, so I focus on communicating with them on this thing, or how you do it? So, or you send out to all your existing client base?
I send to all.
Oh, okay.
I send to all, irrespective whether because initially I won't know whether they got money or not, but I just send them. I just call them, contact them, give them value, share my research with them. This is what I've done. But I know them well because I've been doing with them for the last few years.
Oh, okay.
Except a few a new one, but basically I know, but I won't know how much money they have. But the thing is that I know because I'm working in the training department, so I know definitely you have budget. So and more so this period of time, you will not even spend a single cent. So that the thing that you need to aware. That's why I think for the trainers, you have to understand your market very well. You must know their background, the people, who's in the organization, who is the person make decision. You must know them. You must continuously talking to the training manager, that kind of thing. Even if you are not offering training, be in touch with them. Yeah. So I didn't pick in that way. I just sent everyone to every company. And then those who get back to me, I know they have some level of interest. So once I get that, and then I will really focus on them. So out of like 20 companies I sent, so far I get about 5 or 6 companies getting back to me. So I work very, very closely with these 5 or 6. The rest may not, because I think I believe on the 20-80 principle, 80-20 principle. Out of 30 companies I've sent, 6 yang responded. So these 6 are actually my 20% that giving my 80% my revenue. So it's true enough. So I just focus on these people, and true enough, I already have even my program until Raya, so I cannot finish.
Okay. So now, I think our last training is like 2 weeks ago, and these 2 weeks actually you've done a lot of things at the same time.
Yeah.
So roughly, like, how many programs actually you managed to seal, like, in your hand? So how many roughly training programs that you have done?
I already, I think, 5 already, 10, another 3, 13. It's about 15 program already.
Wow.
15. Yes.
So it's like, what? I'm sure it's like more than 30K already by now.
Oh, yeah, more than that. Yeah. I think easily I can reach 6 figure.
Wow.
for this period of time. Yeah.
You have a very good
For the next two. For this 2 months. Yeah. Yeah, because I charge not by I charge by head count. So the more head count I get, then the more I get. So I know my numbers already. So I'm pushing for that numbers. Yeah. So,
I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, right. Thank you so much, Casey. I think you have helped me a lot, open my mind, learn of technology, the system you have. I think is very helpful to me to move forward, especially to expand my client base. You know, so it's something that I learned a lot from that. I think the trainers outside it, they have to open up their mind lah. Don't give up. Yeah. Follow the structure. You don't have to reinvent the thing. The thing's already proven there. Why just follow? You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Just follow. You will get the result, but you have to be patient. You know, because this is not magical thing or formula.
I usually tell people it's like building a muscle. You know, you cannot, you can't build a muscle in one day. That's it.
Yes, yeah, but you have to use the right formula.
Yeah,
the proven formula.
Correct.
That's the thing. Why you have to reinvent the wheel? You just follow through. Don't ask questions. You just follow. You will see the result coming. I'm telling you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's wrap this out, and let me. I would like to ask you to give some advice, because I have a lot of trainers friends, and I'm sure you know also. There are people out there who are doing a lot of. What they're trying to do now is they try to do online course. They try to do webinars. They try to do a lot of other things. What do you think about that? And what is your advice them? And perhaps you can actually wrap this up, give them some advice within like short sentence, and just give them some advice what you do.
I think you have to be versatile. That's my advice. Versatile in the sense, most trainers, what we do face-to-face. So what happened now? You cannot do face-to-face. So you must make yourself versatile and get ready for that. Learn the technology. So in my case, I give you a very good example is that I never do this online training in my life. Never. So, but the moment you do it, the moment you learn that, nothing so difficult about it. So my little advice is that be versatile, update your knowledge from time to time. Be relevant to your environment, be relevant to your market. Or else you become that. Or else you become dinosaur.
Hey, I always use the word dinosaur.
Yeah, that's my little advice. That's the thing. Don't try to be a dinosaur. Yeah.
Okay. Right. So for everybody who are listening right now, who are watching right now, I think Dr. Amat gives so much values for everyone, and I'm sure you get the step by step, because he really give you the step by step how he actually achieved like 6-figure right now within like this like 1 month, 2 months. This whole lockdown 1 month.
Yeah.
So I'll get in future I'll get Dr. Amat to share again with all the corporate trainers, especially the corporate trainers. Because I think you're doing something right. I think a lot of people want to learn from you. And those other peoples, and hope to see you again. Let me get arranged with Dr. Amat again next time, and then we share with all how what was the next thing he planned and how he did it and so on. All right, thanks everyone. Okay.
Thank you, Casey. Thank you.
Right. So I'll chat with you again.
Sure. Thank you.
Bye.
Right.